Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
Dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hello there and welcome. Welcome to episode 21 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. I'm really happy to have you here today, and I hope that you're having a sensational day. Thanks for your ears listening to my podcast yet again. I was recently hanging out in one of my favorite Facebook groups, and someone put up a post asking what people would like to know when it comes to running a small business. And the number one answer, and I think there was like nearly 200 people ticked this box, was how to market your business on a shoestring budget, or words to those effect. I really love the fact that people understand that they need to be marketing their businesses, and that there obviously is a benefit to marketing your business, which comes down to brand exposure and of course sales, which is the end game for all of us. We all need sales in order to stay in business. And there's lots of ways to market your business. Certainly lots of ways that you can market your business for little or no money. But at the end of the day, we really need to make sure we're investing in ourselves and investing in our businesses, and going forward have a marketing budget. But I so get it when you're starting out, or even when you're not starting out, really. There's always room for effective marketing which doesn't pull at the budget strings. So today I'm actually going to talk about 7 ways you can market on a shoestring. But of course, before we get into that, let's do our discovery of the week. This week's discovery is a little ripper. In fact, it's actually a big ripper. Have you ever taken the time to look at all the gold that's in the Chrome extension website? No? Well, I highly recommend that you do. So just basically Google Chrome Web Store, and I think you'll be really amazed at all the things that sit in there. I'd recommend that if you go onto the site, that you tick the free box in the left-hand side and see what's available for free and work from there. There's some pretty awesome discoveries in there which will definitely make your business and your life simpler. As always, these little discoveries, they're just that. I am in no way affiliated with any of them, and I promise to tell you if I ever am. I just love them. I love the response that you guys are giving me, my beautiful listeners, and telling me how they're making your life simpler. And of course, I'm loving them too. And if you have a little discovery, please reach out to me and let me know. I'd really love to hear what's making your life simpler. But on to today's episode, 7 ways to market your business on a shoestring. Now, before I set out and give you these 7 ways, I wanted you to hear this. Some of these 7 cost a little and some cost nothing. But all will cost you your biggest commodity, which is time. Nothing is for free, because you are worth something too. Your time, your expertise, you are worth something. So never forget that. In small business, we tend to forget that the resource of time is not free. We can always make more money, but we can't make more time. So when you're looking for free and low-cost marketing options, make sure you make a note or a mental note of how much time it took you to do these things, how much hours you put in, and what's your hourly rate, or perhaps what should be your hourly rate. Get a clear picture of what free and low cost really actually looks like. Okay. So I'm going to get down off my high horse now. I just wanted to make sure that we were thinking of free in the same way, but always remembering that time costs money as well. Let's get into it. 7 ways to market your business on a shoestring. My number 1, and anyone who's an avid listener, this may not surprise you, is start an email list. If you listen to some of the best, most successful small business owners in our country and beyond, they will say one of their biggest regrets is they didn't start building a list of their customers or their clients earlier. So how do you go about building your list? Well, the first thing to do is sign up for a program. I can't recommend MailChimp any higher. MailChimp is a free program, and for a free platform, you get lots of benefits, and it really is quite simple to use. And I think it's free up until when you get about 2,000 subscribers. The packages have recently changed, so you might need to look into these and have a look at what the new packages actually hold. Spending time thinking about how you're going to solve your clients' or your customers' biggest problems and designing a lead magnet around that is the next step. So you've signed up for a program, and now we need to get people to give us their email address. So we need an exchange, whatever that looks like. So in this case, it's for a lead magnet. In exchange for a lead magnet, you will give me your email address. Now, a lead magnet can take lots of forms. It could be a checklist, to a PDF download, to a video series, or an ebook, or a resource guide. In fact, if you actually go to socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/magnetideas, I actually have 69 of them sitting there. So if you're not quite sure how a lead magnet might look in your business, or looking for ideas on what lead magnets you could actually have inside your business, go there, go to my website, socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/magnetideas, and have a bit of a look at the 69 there. Once you have your magnet, you need to promote it everywhere that your ideal client or customer is hanging out, and ask for them to exchange their email address for your piece of awesome content that is going to solve their biggest challenge. Or, of course, you might offer a prize and promote that online and offline if you have a shop front. So, it might be exchange your email address for a chance to win X, whatever that looks like. I do recommend, though, that if you are going to go with a prize, that you have a listen to episode 11 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast, which is all about running online competitions, just to make sure that you know the rules and you're operating within the rules. List building is something I am totally passionate about, and if you head back to episodes 9 and 10, they are all about list building, and I'd recommend you have a listen into them. The second way that you can market your business on a shoestring budget is by getting free PR. So free PR doesn't always make more sales. I get that. It can, and it certainly can, but what it does do even better is set you up as the expert in your field. Getting your business into the media can be huge for brand awareness. On episode 14 of this podcast, I had my dear friend Jules Brooke on, and her business is all about teaching people how to get into the media themselves. So if you've got some spare time, head back there and have a listen into episode 14. If you already write a blog, or you already write articles for LinkedIn or long form captions for your Instagram, then you're almost there. You have content. The trick is just putting it out to the media first before you publish it yourself, because they're after original content, not content that's been published before. But if you have a fabulous piece that you've already written, well, rewrite it, juice it up, make the old new again, and put it back out to the world. How do you know who to write to and send your articles to? Well, you can always take up Jules's offer, which she offered on episode 14, or just Google it. Google is your best friend. Spend some time researching what your ideal clients or customers read, or what they watch and what they subscribe to, and Google who's in charge of the editorial department and just reach out. If you have a good article that's full of value, isn't promotional, and has a fabulous photo with it, which is a bit of a pro tip, then my friend, you are gold. You have got something to put out to the media. Now, I write for several magazines on a quarterly basis, and what I've got out of it is not only brand awareness, but speaking opportunities, so paid speaking opportunities. So I may not necessarily have got clients directly from it, but I've definitely got clients and earn income indirectly from it, by being given the opportunity to speak to my ideal audience, who I would not have normally have been able to put myself in front of. So it does work. My third way that you can market yourself on a shoestring budget is create a My Google account. If you want your business to show up in a local search, a Google My Business account is really a necessity. This will make sure that your business is not only visible on search, but also on Google Maps as well. Having a Google business account is becoming more and more important, especially since they shut down Google+. Your Google business page is looking more and more like a mini website, lead gathering website than what it's ever looked before. There's lots of features people miss and don't take any notice of. So invest some time, go through each box, each Google suggestion, fill it out as best you can, upload some amazing photos that represent what you do and who you are and your business. Take advantage of the Google business page. So the fourth thing that you can do to market your business on a shoestring budget is take advantage of Facebook and Google's free ad credits. Facebook and Google are always giving away free ad credit vouchers. So when you're signing up for their services like web hosting or AdWords, take advantage of the free vouchers they offer. Make sure that you're checking back on the results though. I know it's free, but even still you want to use these credits that have been offered to you to your absolute maximum advantage and get maximum traction with them. So, and this applies to any online paid marketing. When you've set something up, make sure you always, and I mean always, are checking back on the advert at least 48 hours later. Check in, have a look at the analytics and see if it's working. Never, ever set and forget. The fifth way that you can market your business if you're on a shoestring budget is have an amazing reach out strategy on social media. Now, I only have 7 tips today, and I wasn't going to waste one of them by saying having a presence on social media. I hope and I think in 2019 that's a little obvious. Maybe you still need to work out which platform is best, but at least you've got a presence. I will just say one more thing though before I move on to the actual point I'm going to make, which is having a reach out strategy, and that is to go and have a look at your social media profiles. Have you filled in all the boxes? Do the links work? If on your social media your homepage is what you've actually listed as your website address, is that the best place to be sending people? Is there anywhere else that you would like to send them? You don't always have to send them to your homepage. Is there any spelling errors in your social media profiles? Does anything need changing and updating? If it's been a while since you've created your platforms, then consider perhaps taking my 5-day social media challenge to make sure you've got all this a little bit smicko. To join the challenge, just go to socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/challenge and join up there. And we'll both make sure that your social media profile is looking absolutely perfect, on trend, up to date, and schmicko. Okay. So I'm assuming you've got all your social media platforms sorted. So now it's time for people to find you. One of the tactics that isn't implemented enough in most people's businesses is actually a reach out strategy. What's a reach out strategy? Exactly what it sounds like. Stop waiting for people to find you. Get out there. Like pages as your business page. Comment in groups as your business or yourself, your choice. Join groups. Give value so that people are so curious who this amazing value-giving small business owner is that they search you up and join your world. This is how we use social media in 2019. I absolutely guarantee it. You've got to be a giver in order to get. You need to be starting to reach out to people rather than waiting for people to find you. No matter what platform or platforms you are on, you've got to start reaching out. So the sixth way that I think that you can market your business on a shoestring budget is posting amazing content. So whether you have a blog, which you can have for free, so just putting that out there, or whether you post on social media, always post your best content. People often ask me, how often should I post? I'm always about quality over quantity. So if you can't post something amazing 7 days a week or 5 days a week, post something amazing 3 days a week. If you want your potential customers and clients in your world to say, oh my lordy, if she gives this sort of stuff or he gives this sort of stuff away for free, I wonder how brilliant it would be if I actually paid this person. This, of course, is the goal. So be so brilliant they can't afford to ignore you. So what's amazing content? Well, it really does vary from business to business, but it all starts with you understanding what your prospects' biggest challenges are and ends with you solving it. It can be in the written word or it can be in video form, but it just needs to be engaging. Just a little hint though, we are pretty harsh on ourselves when it comes to our content and whether we think it's amazing or amazeballs or not. So let your audience be the judge. Put it out there and see if it resonates. Don't stew over it. Just do it, as the famous Nike slogan goes. All right, the last way, number 7, that I think you can market your business on a shoestring budget is align yourself with a charity. So this last one is all about either aligning yourself with a charity, spending time in your community, or perhaps even sponsoring an event. Maybe it's a charity or maybe it's actually a sporting event. For brand exposure, for showing people your business values, for keeping top of mind, you cannot go past this one. People do business with people they like, so you've got to get yourself out there and get liked. So I'm not sure if I've told you this story or not, so apologies if I have, but back in my retail days, I started a program or a little event called Pay It Forward. We aligned ourselves with our local hospital and our local community centre and became the drop-off point for anyone who wanted to donate Christmas presents or goods to our Christmas appeal. It was kind of like the wishing trees that you see in the bigger retailers, but our gifts came from locals to go to locals. I'm really proud of what we achieved, and it's lived on even though now we've sold the shop and it's now in the hands of my gorgeous best friend Michelle at Judd's, so shout out to her. So it brought people into our store that hadn't been there before. It gave us a talking point to anyone who came in and helped us develop relationships with our customers on a whole new level that lasted way past the December deadline for Christmas. It'll go down in my life's journey of one of the things I'm most proud of. And it didn't cost us a cent, but it firmly concreted to our communities what we stood for, what our brand values were. Maybe for you it looks more like sponsoring an event with products, maybe your local school or your local sporting club or even a charity, or maybe it's an in-kind donation. So in-kind as in you're giving your time rather than money or products. Either way, you want people to get to know you and your brand and stay top of mind and do business with people who know, like and trust you. And if you listen to episode 18 about what is marketing and know that marketing is everything, then you are marketing your business for free just by putting yourself out there, by being giving. And this step is one you simply can't go past if you're looking for ways to market your business for free. One of my business's core values is be a giver. The more you help others, the more rewards you will enjoy. So I hope that you can think about how can you align yourself with a charity or be giving of your time in order to help market your business, because marketing is everything. Now, I guess, it wouldn't be me if I didn't be the overachiever that I am and give you a bonus tip. And this one very much aligns with the last one we were just chatting about, but it's a little bit more strategic. It's a little bit more marketing-ish. Sorry, is that really a word? Marketing-ish? Not sure. Anyway, it's one that some of my listeners will roll their eyes at and others will shake their head. And it is networking. So your bonus tip for getting your business marketed on a shoestring budget is to attend local networking events. And a pro tip for attending events to get the absolute most out of them and be the person that everybody remembers is to be the listener, not the talker. Be the question asker rather than the question answerer. I'm not very good with English today, sorry. Everyone's favourite subject is themselves. So if you ask great questions to them about them, they are more likely to remember you fondly rather than trying to forget the person who just wouldn't shut up about themselves. So maybe check out local business events there's a website called meetup.com, or you can have a look at the events that your local chamber or your local business association has going on. Or Google business networking in your area. And if there's not one, start one. My friend Karen in Beechworth, she organises just a coffee at the local bakery every Wednesday. I think it's still going, and invites whoever's free, whoever's available, and whoever would like to come. And it's just a casual networking event. It's definitely a topic for another podcast, but I can absolutely hand on heart tell you that surrounding myself with like-minded business owners who would support me, push me, challenge me, cheer me, and celebrate with me was the absolute best thing I ever did in my business and my business journey. And perhaps just a bit of a plug, if you're actually in Northeast Victoria, where I am, and you're looking for a networking place, come and join me and my group in Yarrawonga on the third Wednesday evening of each month. I have an amazing bunch of people who give so freely to help others, as well as learn from our guest speakers or myself. If you're interested, get in touch or check out Instagram at Yarrawonga Biz Hub. So Yarrawonga, BIZHUB. Maybe you've got some other tips for my listeners that you would like to share on ways that you market your business on a shoestring budget. Of course, there was only 7 or really 8. And I could definitely fill another episode with another 7 or 8. But of course, that is all for episode 21 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. So maybe we could continue the conversation in my Facebook group, Like-Minded Business Owners. Head over there, join up if you're not a member, and let's have a chat about it. What other ways can we market our small businesses on a shoestring budget? So thanks for listening in. I will, of course, be back next week with some more marketing know-how and another really great discovery. To dive into the show notes for this episode and all past episodes, simply go to socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. So if you're loving this show, share it with a friend. The more, the merrier. Or perhaps head over and leave a rating or a review. Those things are like gold for podcasters like me. Shout out to Moela MC, the gorgeous Louise Reed of Floral Harvest, and the gorgeous Cherie from the Identity Academy, who've taken time out of their day to leave a rating and a review. So much podcast love to all of you. Thank you. Of course, I'll be eternally grateful if you do take some time out of your day to leave a rating and review. They simply just help other people find this podcast too and enjoy the free training, the tips, tricks, and discoveries. It could be the best gift you ever give a stranger. Feel free to slide into my DMs on Instagram if you have any comments or any ideas, including any fabulous discoveries. DMs seriously make my day. Anyway, my gorgeous listeners, I will catch you all next week. And remember, my small business peeps, as my opening song says, there's no point in dreaming small.
If you feel lonely, say it loud. There's no time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud. Be true and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.